Hello, unconventional conventionalists. Welcome to another Bad Girls Rant. However, this is another one of those rants that isn't so much as a rant as it is a educational video. Let's talk about cultural appropriation and why it is important. First off, you're probably asking, what is cultural appropriation? The official definition for cultural appropriation is the adoption or use of the elements of one culture by members of another culture. I think probably the best example of cultural appropriation, or rather a complete lack of, are some of the Halloween costumes that you see at Spirit of Halloween, Walmart, Party City, and any other store that carries costumes around the time of the holiday. Some of them push the boundaries of cultural appropriation, actually, and are just straight up racist. Now, very recently, I read an article on everydayfeminism.com. It was this article that was kind of the wake-up slap for me to realize that, yeah, cultural appropriation is a thing. The article primarily touches upon the poor practice of a cultural appropriation in Native American culture and Asian culture. And I'm honestly going to just let the article speak for itself for those two because it does it really, really well. But for this particular video, I want to talk about two particular cultures that I myself have displayed a poor judgment in cultural appropriation. And they are Egyptian culture and Mexican culture. Let's start with Egyptian. Not too long ago, I released a video showcasing my open quote Egyptian makeup, close quote. It looks great, and me wearing it in itself is not necessarily a bad thing. However, I was wrong to simply refer to it as Egyptian makeup. Since then, I have gone back to that video and retitled it Ancient Egyptian Royalty Makeup, which is what it actually is. Because, you see, Egyptians these days, yes, they're still around, do not do anything remotely close to that kind of makeup. And also, that kind of makeup was strictly reserved for ancient Egyptian royalty, like kings and queens. Egyptian cultural appropriation is pushed a little harder in some of the fandoms that I enjoy. A really good example, Cleo Denial and Nephra Denial from the Monster High series. You guys know that I absolutely love Monster High, and Cleo and Nephra are actually my favorite characters. But truth is, there's a lot of things about the ancient Egyptian heritage that are depicted incorrectly. Now, I get it, they're actually parodies of the Mummy, as in the monster movie icon, because that's what the entire show is all about. These are the children of monster movie icons. But I feel like they could have done a little better just depicting the Egyptian heritage in a more appropriate and better researched way than what they are doing. And then there's this.
I call her karma. She eats your heart out like Jeffrey Dahmer.
What can I say? Sometimes bad cultural appropriation is just a guilty pleasure. I love me some Katy Perry, I love me her Dark Horse music video, but it is nowhere remotely close anywhere within the general vicinity or probably even the planetary vicinity of what ancient Egypt was even closely or remotely or vaguely about. Chances are, I will be doing my makeup again in the Eye of Horus from the ancient Egyptian culture, but I promise I will specify that it is the Eye of Horus from the ancient Egyptian royalty civilization. My own personal example of poor judgment and cultural appropriation for the Mexican culture was the time that I did a sugar skull makeup and wardrobe in celebration of Mardi Gras. Yes, the issue with that is the sugar skull is actually a celebration of El Dia de los Muertos, which translates as the Day of the Dead. So exactly what are the original true origins of El Dia de los Muertos? Well, I think another goth chick on YouTube could probably explain it a lot better than I can.
So, what's the deal here? You just dress up as a dead lady and sit around all sad like?
No, Day of the Dead celebrates and honors those who have passed on. November 1st is Dia De Los Inocentes, also known as Dia De Los Angelitos, and November 2nd is Dia De Los Muertos.
I'll claim American ignorance here. What's the difference?
Well, Dia de los Inocentes is for honoring and remembering infants and children that have passed on. Starting on October 31st at midnight, it's believed that the souls of those departed children are allowed to spend a full day with their family. Dia de los Muertos is for honoring the returning spirits of adults.
So, it's not like Mexican Halloween?
No, it's not Mexican Halloween.
So yeah, now I know. I get it. It was wrong of me to depict a sugar skull in a holiday that had absolutely nothing to do with El Dia de los Muertos. And I hereby swear that from this day forward, the only situation where I would bring back that sugar skull outfit and makeup is if I am invited specifically to an El Dia de los Muertos celebration. And even then, I would make sure that the festival or party itself is correctly paying tribute to the original cultural holiday. And until that happens, I'll just keep rocking my sexy Halloween skeleton. I mean, it looks just as awesome. So what are the most important things to take from this? Anytime you decide to dress up, celebrate, or really do anything remotely related to a culture that is not your own, make sure you know the history and get your facts straight. And after doing the research, you find out, you know, maybe this could be a little controversial if I do this, then don't do it. This has been Bad Girls Rants. Salute!